Hey there, folks. 6:07 a.m. Tuesday, July 26th. Disinformation. There's so much of it. It would take years to talk about it. To cover all of it. I want to hit on a couple of main points. Sorry, folks, my head's killing me. It's all good stuff, just getting work done. Time for some things to happen inside my brain. Anyway, I want to talk about the moon. Okay, what if we heard about the moon? Number one, I think it's in the Wiccan circles or some other kind of circles somewhere, that it has its own energy. It's a goddess or something. I don't know. Folks, the moon, and also we have the new stuff, which is the moon is actually a satellite that I guess was then covered with dirt to look like a rock, and then brought here to spine the earth, to get on and off the planet to the, something like that. There's so much disinformation about the moon, it's insane. Number one, the moon is an inanimate object. Okay? It's a rock. It is a rock. Okay? Is it alive? Is there spirit inside there? Like planetary essence? No. Never has been. It's a rock. Is there inside? What's inside it? It's a rock. There are facilities inside the moon, under the surface. Folks, there's no atmosphere there. If you're ever going to put a base on it, it has to be underground. Saturn is a rather vicious looking place. It had a huge, it still has it, the city inside. Under the, not in the core of the planet, but under the ground. That was a big enough facility to be called a city. But it still is, but they're trying to fix it. It got attacked. Anyway, the moon is not everything that all these folks are saying it is. It's a satellite that got pulled here. You're kidding me, right? The idea behind that disinformation is to literally make you worry. What do you do when you look up in the air? Up there's the moon. There's the moon. The moon's coming to get you. Now, the one I like best is the moon is a machine that's a soul catcher. Okay. This is another reason for understanding who you are, how the other side, what's on the other side, and how things work. Okay? You have all these stories about walk-in souls. The soul just walked into this body. Yes, it was put in there. They have equipment to do that. They swap bodies sometimes. Bullshit. Doesn't happen that way, folks. A lot of people that have had near-death experiences, a lot of people that had the ability to use their, can't hardly touch my head, to use this part of the head, the scanner, and then the pineal to see also, they see this silver cord, and it's like attached to the solar plexus, and it comes out, and it goes about 2.5 feet, and it disappears. It goes off to the right, like this. They all see it going the same way. I wonder why. Because the second dimension, which is where we all really live, is 1.5 feet to the right, 3 foot up. So make a triangle, do the math, and there's that approximately 2.5 foot silver cord. Where it disappears where it goes through the barrier to the second dimension. Some people call it the fourth. It's not. It's the second. There's that thought process. I need to do another video about dimensions. Anyway, folks, I see them, okay? There's no thing about guessing about nothing. I'm looking at it. You look at a mouse, say, okay, it's a mouse. This one's made by Microsoft. It's wireless, black in color, got a thumb wheel. That's how I explain things. Simple, because it is. I'm looking at it. The reason why that silver cord is part of the field is part of the male source energy. That is the field. Greg Braden, Bruce Lipton, many folk talk about the intelligent source field everywhere. It's male source. That's his job. Anyway, part of it. So, when your soul comes, when the body dies and the soul comes out, it goes home. That cord, it's attached. It goes home. Folks, people have been talking about that silver cord for ages. Back past Egyptian times, there's records of it. When you come out of that body, you're going home. Okay? Nothing is allowed to mess with your soul. It doesn't belong to anyone. The original male and female set it up that way because it was, well, everything came from them, and they declared ownership. And it's still like that now. And they've only been dead since, what, 2013. So now there's not always an exception to a rule, but here's the one exception on that, and it's still not really an exception, but there's something different about one thing. Excuse me. When a soul is 47% negative frequencies or more, there's been times that the original first being, male and female, would literally use the angels. The angel, there's one, when someone's negative 47% or more, they have one angel, they have one spirit guide. That's all they have hanging around. That angel is going to be an archangel. That's what it used to be, okay? Now they're gone. But it was an archangel, and then one spirit guide that was 27% negative. when the Anunnaki have some equipment here, that if they put the right person in there, excuse me, if they put the right equipment, if they put the right soul in their equipment, it's like a chair, similar to a trip chair, but it's a little bigger, a little different. It's got this weird ring around it. But they found some frequencies where they start vibrating it, and it does mess with the core energy, but it's, if something's 47% negative or more, and they put it in the chair, it's not always a guaranteed thing. But when they do that, and they try and vibrate the soul out of it, what happens is the angel literally grabs a hold of the angel that's in charge of that body, takes the actual visiting soul out of it, and puts it back home, the other side, 1.5 foot to the right, 3 foot up. It's just it's located off of Miranda, the first moon off of Uranus. That's where the other side of the negative frequencies are, and the positive frequencies are right here around Earth. Anyway, it's the angel pulling it out, and that makes them think, okay, we can do this. And then when they can't do it every time, it frustrates the hell out of them. But when that happens, you have a body walking around that only has the energy from the planet, that originally came from Gaia, here at the planet. She released a lot. Thank you. She released it's like, say it, don't leave them hanging. When it was time for life to start happening on this planet, like an actual civilization, then Gaia went ahead and released a huge amount of her spirit, little pieces, and that's what's going inside these bodies. That's the smaller part of the Kundalini. Okay. That was the whole intention of that, and well, of her energy coming out in the Kundalini. But the true intention behind that was when you go to have a life, to put another life in there with you, to be confusing. It's like having two heads, and that's going to stop. You're going to start having single spirit cores, energy cores, in your body. It's going to be easier to have a life, easier to go home, less confusion. But anyway, my head's killing me. I better get back to topic. It's all about what's going on and where it all comes from. Okay, the thing with the soul, it goes home to the other side of positive frequencies, of higher frequencies to lower frequencies. Okay, nothing can interfere with that. It doesn't happen and force you into another life. No, that only happens on the other side by source. See, there's so many wonderful beings out here, but they're a lot more intelligent than us. So now we're in the Stone Age, worshiping the sun again, worshiping fire, worshiping a stick. No, ain't happening. When these folks, I call them shells. Other people have used the same term. It's a body that just has the energy from the planet on it, and they're not normal. Insects or shells, they're made to be more aggressive. Okay? When something is in a body, when the spirit from the planet is in a body and it's had another energy with it, it has a certain accumulated learning. The process of being with something else and acquiring basic knowledge, it helps it be a lot more human, but it's not the same. They don't have the same feelings and everything else, and they don't have the same intelligence either. So that's the only thing that's ever happened in regards to that, And the Anunnaki here, they think they're knocking souls out. Well, they're not. And it was only allowed to happen to the more aggressive negative ones. 47% negative frequencies or more. So there's nothing messing with your souls, folks. That's to mess with your head. The moon's right there. I can see it. It's watching me. It's going to take my soul. Oh, wow. Think about the mass hysteria that'll cause, huh? As you're all freaked out, your DNA's all twisted up, your immune system won't work worth a crap. The your abilities can't flow. The energy in your body can't flow properly, so your abilities just are not there like they should be. Folks, don't go for it again. I'm as tired of doing this, folks, as you're seeing it, but I need to keep telling you these books. This tells you what's out there on the other side. Where'd you come from? Where'd the first being come from? How did it get made? Was it made? Did it happen? What's going on? What came first, the chicken or the egg? And then that tells you about how everything started, what was there, and then this is some of the newer beings that have been created, plus how everything was related to each other, how the original male and female first being were supposedly running things, incredibly abusive, sick, and everything else. Once you can understand that, then you look at what's going on, you'll understand a little more. That's the whole reason for me writing those books. I had to deal with the problems on the other side, get rid of them. I had to write those books, and I had to crank up as many of you as possible and do whatever else I could. I'm done. Those books are more important to you than you think. It's important that you become yourself. You don't have to become your full self, but you need to, in order to deal with your life properly. And that's where everyone's going. So, folks, don't let anyone tell you that anything's grabbing your souls and there's this net of energy of that. No, it's all a bunch of bull crap. It's all a bunch of crap. I want to say something else. I'm trying to clean up my mouth. It's a lie. Fabricated fertilizer. So don't be afraid of it. It's a rock. There's some stupid stuff up there that come from the governments. And a lot of people, good people, are being fed bad information, putting it out on the internet. Things are going to start changing soon. 2016 is a year of intuition. 2017 is going to become a year of understanding. And more of you are going to wake up. In 2023, the stuff that's here, screwing everyone up, is going to be literally dissolving. Folks, I love you. Try to trust your abilities, wake them up more. And the more frantic you are, the less you can go inside yourself and wake up. Why do you think they're doing it? The biggest threat that the things that mess with you have is you becoming yourself. Why not start? Folks, when you can relax, you'll find out things are simpler than you think. Just as simple as an old man in overalls. Folks, I love you, man. Don't worry about the moon. It's nice. One thing about the moon I do want to say, the energy coming off the moon can really feel nice. Those of us that feel energy, here's why. Our sun, that's male universal energy. This planet has Gaia in it. That's female universal energy. When the sun hits the moon, it bounces off. That energy bounces off, comes here through Gaia, the planetary energy, and it hits us as balanced energy. That's why it feels so beautiful. It's literally a combination of male and female universal essence. It's a beautiful thing. Don't be afraid of it, man. Enjoy it. Okay? I love y'all, man. Have a good one.